You're about to listen to TADPOG, Tyler and Dave Play Old Games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet.
Hello.
Oh,
Dave.
I can't do the falsetto. I can't. If I do the falsetto, I might not be able to do the rest of the episode.
Our little Davy Poo is sick.
Sick.
I'm not doing well today.
Yep. It's been a couple days. It's been a couple days. Yeah. So hopefully it's gonna be better soon. I've been tired, you know.
I feel like you're bringing the energy that the game deserves this week.
I'm trying. I'm here. I'm trying. I'm gonna have fun.
You're here. That's
gonna have me
great.
some fun.
Yeah.
Gonna have me some fun. We're gonna apologize in advance, or at least I am. We all have a little bit of a hard out tonight, and so we need to make our episode move right along. And so if it's a little shorter than usual, well, I don't know what to tell you.
Some listeners like it short, I hear.
That's true.
It's fine.
Some say
Sometimes
it's a good size.
just the right amount, right? It's just the right
If
size.
it were any longer, it'd be a problem. So it's fine. So this week we're talking about the last of our Schwarzenegger series, Last Action Hero. But before all that, what you guys been up to?
I don't have a whole lot this week. I'm on another anime break.
Yeah.
Those as some of our
Anime
listeners,
not, as we call it.
anime not, right? You anime not. As some of our listeners may know, I've get real heavy, hardcore into anime for usually like a month and a half, and then I have to stop. I just have to hard stop and watch something with actual, people in it. For a change, I watched a show called Girl from Nowhere, which is a show from Thailand. It's on Netflix.
I like their food.
It's they do have good food. They do have food.
Girls do have good food.
Girls' food is pretty cool.
Girls' food better than guys' food. Definitive.
Far and away better. This is like it reminds me of those old shows like The Hitchhiker and stuff where this mysterious this one takes place in high school, and this mysterious girl from nowhere appears and shows up at school as the new student. Her name is Nano, and Nano causes chaos and trouble and brings out, it kind of puts a point on bad behavior and things. It's a good show. It's kind of campy, soap opera-y, but it's surprisingly hooky. It got me, and so I enjoyed that. It's only 2 seasons. I don't know if there's going to be more. I would imagine there's possibly going to be more, but it was a pretty good show, so I'd recommend it. And the other thing I've been watching, I'm sorry, let me jump back. That's going to be 3 stars.
Oh.
Wiz and Sage says check
I'm glad
it
you
out.
mentioned The Hitchhiker too, by the way, because I used to watch that show with my dad.
God, me
when
too.
I was little,
just all the time,
and
every week.
We loved it. Yeah,
Loved
we
The
loved The
Hitchhiker.
Hitchhiker.
Never heard of that.
It's just one of it's the same kind of deal. This mysterious hitchhiker. They follow this mysterious hitchhiker, and he goes places, and things happen, and it's almost like he's a storyteller, but it's not like, it's kind of like Girl from Nowhere is kind of slightly skews towards horror, and Hitchhiker, Hitchhiker.
It was just kind of weird.
It was just kind of weird little stories, but each week was a different episode of something that is happening in the place where the hitchhiker is now this week. I don't know. It was a great little show, and this one's not like it in a lot of ways, but it just, that sort of formula really evoked Hitchhiker-esque feelings in me. So anyway, yeah, 3 stars. Wisdom Sage says check it out. I've got one more to mention this week, and the horror hole is going to be dry this week. No horror.
Love a dry horror hole. That's
no,
how I like going into it.
No moistness in the horror hole this week, as it is sadly empty. But I did stumble across something on Apple TV Plus it's a show called For All Mankind, and it takes place during the 60s, during the Apollo missions to the moon.
Okay.
And the whole premise of the show is it forms an alternate reality where the Soviet Union makes it to the moon before we do. So the whole thing back in the 60s, the space race was, the Soviets got into space first.
So they faked it first.
They had the first manned space flight. Then in our actual reality, of course, the United States landed on the moon and first,
quote unquote,
right, and first. And in this show, the Soviets land on the moon first, and history is a lot different after that moment from what we know, what we experienced. And just about everything I could say about it is kind of a spoiler, because it literally alters history in some ways. In a lot of ways, some things are possibly better. And of course, it's obviously not true. Yeah. But in all seriousness, I have really found myself enthralled with this one.
Cool.
And if you liked movies like Apollo 13 and
never seen it.
The Right Stuff,
really?
and things
Apollo
like that.
13's good.
Apollo 13's good too. All these movies that like sort of chronicle the space program in the 60s are they hit a sweet spot for me. And so this one was a neat alternate reality kind of thing. It's like just started its 4th season apparently. So I'm really getting into it. I just started season 2 and I can't stop watching. So I'm giving that one a solid 4 stars. Wisdom Sage says check it out.
That's awesome.
I would love to hear some discussion on this one from anyone on the Discord, bit.ly/TADPOG Discord. If you want to get on there and talk to me or anyone about it, let's do that, because so far I'm the only one I know that has seen it, and I have no one to really discuss it with. So I would love to hear some feedback and compare notes on that one.
It sounds neat as hell. Does it all take place in the past? I know you said you can't mention a whole lot without spoiling anything, but is it all like an alternate history kind of thing, or?
Well, I don't understand the question.
Oh, okay. So, like, let me ask, when does it take place?
It takes place it starts in 1969.
Okay.
And then it goes forward, and it just starts chronicling a whole bunch of things that happened one way, happen a different way now.
Okay.
As of season 2, for example, it's 1983.
Okay.
The beginning of season 2 picks up in 1983.
Is it like a documentary style thing?
No,
or is it? Okay.
It's a drama,
Okay.
like full cast of actors and things. It
sounds neat.
There's a lot of things that they are throwing out there that I don't even know. There's a lot I'm missing because I'm not a history buff. Of course, some of the big bullet points are there, but there's a lot of things that they're doing and saying, and I don't know what they're basing the speculation on, but I think it's super interesting to see how this all plays out. And I definitely recommend watching it for anyone that's even remotely interested in that time in America's history. It's a hell of a watch. It's a hell of a watch. So anyway,
mankind is so unknowable. Just look at the word mank and eind. Unknowable.
Tyler with
Tyler
with the conspiracy theories tonight, bringing the real truth.
The very old Jack Handy.
Yeah, interstates, man. Think about it. I do also have an update on Dang It, the raccoon. He left.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dang it.
I
Dang it.
did say that, actually.
He moved on.
He left. I don't know. Or else he went under my house and died, which we'll probably find out about in a week.
Maybe he just went under your house.
No, he's not there anymore.
No.
Because, I mean, dude was
No,
like...
nothing going under there, come back out.
He was very, you know, I mentioned he come out, he eat the cat food. He was very sociable, you know, as raccoons go. I have not posted the video on Discord yet. Maybe by the time this airs, I have. I don't know. But yeah, he left. He's just stopped showing up. I don't know if maybe it did look like he was trying to find a way out, like a lot. Like he would go around the perimeter of the fence and you'd see him like moving leaves, and he would like dig a little under the shed, and I think he got in and doesn't remember how he got in.
Gotcha.
And then maybe he finally just remembered how to climb a fence or whatever and got out.
When he was crawling on your feet, he was actually like,
He was like, "Could you please
punt me over
yeah, just
the-"
kick me right over this fence." I actually tried at one point to let him out. I tried to open the gate to the fence while he was out there to see if he would go, but I think he was still too scared of me to make a move, and I can't leave the gate open because then my dogs will get out. Right. So anyway, I guess he found his way out, or he moved on. So anyway,
Well, I hope he's okay.
I hope Dang It's doing all right. I hope he.
Yeah. I hope you see him again.
I
hope
do.
He
I
pays
hope-
a visit.
Hope he comes back and be like, "Hey, yo, you know, thanks for all the cat food."
Yeah. Can I move back in?
Nope, sorry, kid. Once you're out, you're out. I've been burned too many times on that. That's all I got.
I wanted to announce the Secret Santa, the TADPOG Secret Santa.
Yes.
That's going on now. If you are not on the Discord, hop on the Discord. bit.ly/TADPOG Discord. The information for the Secret Santa is there.
Don't worry, I'm not doing it. No one has to deal with me drawing them.
I mean, you sent your gift out.
2 years. If you don't mind getting a gift 2 years late.
I think you're back in if you want to be back in. I mean, as far as I'm concerned.
I'll mail it for you. If you'll just get the gift, I will mail it for you.
Something will go wrong.
But if you are interested in signing up for that, December 6th, 2023 is the deadline to get signed up. You can get to the form to sign up by going to bit.ly/TADPOGSanta24. It's much easier if you just join the Discord, click the link, but there you go. Don't write this down while you're driving. And then now that announcement was out of the way, I started reading The Dark Tower, and
Hell yes.
Oh, hell
it is
yes.
so fucking good that I could talk to you guys about it probably for 2 hours. And I'm not even through the second
All
book
right,
yet.
folks, Last Action Hero.
Yeah,
is
sorry.
what we're doing. This is our
sorry,
thing now.
sorry, Arnold, and all you fans looking forward to this, because no, we're talking. How far are you, my friend?
I'm 2/3 of the way through the drawing of the three.
Oh my
Nice.
God!
Nice.
And
This
so
is the
so
best news
2/3
I've gotten
means
on
two
this
doors?
show in a long time.
I'm on I pulled up and I found out what's on the side of the fucking third door. And I
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
Now I have to think about this the whole time.
And that's where I got
Oh,
the name of NPC from one of my games in the past.
Oh, I've picked up quite a few, right? I mean, yeah. I thought about that.
Got a
when
chick?
Yep.
Got a chum?
Data chum?
Oh my God, I love those motherfuckers. I hate them.
Lobstrosities.
I hate them, but I love them. And it's like every time they mention, I'm like, please do a data chum or get a check.
Michelle is going to be very happy to hear that
yeah,
Dave is
she will
reading The
be.
Dark Tower. Are you audiobooking it?
Yeah,
That's
because
good. That's good.
Is
It's
King the
easier
one
to
that King's
consume that way.
read? King reads himself.
No, I didn't know that
No,
existed.
There are some that he reads.
The one I'm on right now, Frank Muller is.
Oh,
is
okay.
reading.
He
Frank
reads
Muller's
I
good.
think actually he reads several of Stephen
Yeah,
King's
I like Frank Muller a lot.
audiobooks. And he didn't read it. The guy who read it, it was I'll think of it. But yes, go.
Oh no, I mean,
This is big.
love
This
it.
is big
I love it.
for me. I'm thrilled.
I'm already I'm like shit. I'm like 2/3 of the way through. I'm listening on Spotify, which they've got audiobooks now, but the way they do it is like they give you 15 hours a month, and it's like that ain't I'm I got to get through these books.
Yeah.
I'm like 2/3 of the way through the drawing of the 3, and it's like, well, I'm not going to wait a month to like.
But because the gunslinger is like,
I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
Gunslinger. I finished that like in a day.
yep.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
And I'll be honest, when I read the Gunslinger, I liked it, but it was like, I don't know. I liked it enough to start the drawing of the 3, and it's the tarot stuff and the Gunslinger where it was like, oh, okay, all right, this is like,
Yeah.
okay, this is going somewhere. And then when that ties into the drawing of the 3, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh, okay, that's good, and then
My favorite.
It's all up from here.
Yeah,
That's
it
great,
just gets
dude. I love
better.
it.
I loved
What, King was like 18 when he wrote the Gunslinger, or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
I loved the scene, the chapters in Tull. I thought, that was just that one really hooked. That's where it hooked me.
Yeah.
was the Tull.
yeah, Tull is good.
And then after that, yeah, it just gets better. Holy shit, dude! I am so pumped. Wastelands is gonna blow your fucking mind.
Wasteland is so good. The Wizard
and Glass is going. I could do an entire
Bird and bear and hare and
podcast
fish.
series on that one book.
If it's better, I mean, I think the drawing of the 3 is like
It's amazing.
a very, very good.
That-
book.
it's amazing.
Drawing of the 3 is
just-
also Shake's favorite.
And I love Stephen King. I mean, not enough to have read the Dark Tower series.
Well, that's okay.
I mean, like the drawing of the 3 is. I'm reading it, and it's like this is some of the best fucking Stephen King
it's
that I've read.
amazing. And the whole
So if it gets better, I mean,
it does get better. Now, I've got to tell you, the last 3 books, I haven't reread those in a long time. So now you've inspired me. I may go back through those. Fuck it, I'll just do the whole thing. I don't care. It's so good.
Man, I'm working angles now because
Yeah.
it's like, okay, so I have enough hours left on Spotify to finish the drawing of the 3, and then I guess I sign up for an Audible account so I get 1 free book, and I'll do Wastelands that way.
That's a good idea.
And then
I read them
yeah,
I read them several times.
I don't even
but
know where my copies
I
are.
have gone through the audio books as well. I've gone through it in audio form too.
I'm not opposed to reading them with my eyeballs, but it is a lot easier
It's
to
easier.
consume with like one earbud in.
Yeah, and you can do other things as opposed to having it, just the book. And
Yeah.
if you can listen and hear and pick up on the things that you need to pick up on, then yeah, you're good. That's a fine way to do it because it's.
That's why I listen to everything. So, yeah.
Then after you finish the series, you should watch the movie and realize how much they shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, that's a shame.
There was talk about a full bore series on Amazon,
And that's how it needs to be done.
Lord of the Rings style, Wheel of Time style, in the sense that they're gonna.
I don't love the track record of both of those, but
Yeah.
yeah, miniseries is the way to do it.
Well, it's funny because
Well, they were talking about an ongoing season by season
Each book
series.
is a season, that'd be great.
Maybe, I don't know, but I don't know what the deal was. And that was shortly after the Idris Elba Dark Tower film came out.
Yeah.
And there is one thing when you get finished with the series, and I know that's probably a ways off, but I would like to have a discussion. I would like for you to watch that movie.
Yeah,
And then we could have a discussion about, I have thoughts
Okay.
on this movie.
I want to
Okay.
get the comics. I still haven't.
I don't
I
think
read
I
the
have
first of
either.
the comics, but the comics go back and do the Battle of Jericho Hill.
Is that
and
right?
All that shit. Yeah,
Oh man,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
awesome. So yes, good.
yeah, I mean,
Congrats, good for you.
as we're talking about a show and movie and all that, like as I've been listening to it, I've been thinking like how difficult this would be to make into a movie, like especially like the
Yeah.
drawing of the 3, because it's like so much of it happens in narrative where like nothing's really happening,
Right.
You know,
it's
just
internal monologue.
right,
or,
yeah, and it's like,
events.
man, yeah.
That's
But-
what I heard. That was the big challenge for making Dexter, because the books are like they had to break his character in a lot of ways, because as a sociopath, he doesn't like to talk to people, he doesn't engage, so it's
Yeah.
all inner monologue in the books.
Oh man, the character interactions and the drawing of the 3 is really good. And like I'm not done with it, but like introducing Eddie, like
God, Eddie's so good.
Eddie and Roland together. I fucking
That
love it.
gunfight. That
Yeah, I
gunfight.
know,
where
right?
Eddie is naked. And,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'll never forget Roland trying Pepsi.
Dude, that's what I was gonna say. I
Yes.
loved it when like Eddie's in the airport and he goes and gets some hot dogs and Pepsi and brings them back.
The first thing when he drinks it, the first thing he says is sweet. I like how sweet it is.
Yep.
What is
And
this?
it-
Tudor fish?
Tudor
Tutor
fish.
fish.
And they
he's
call-
it's great because he's so cute.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
he's adorable.
He's like a doddering old man. And
Yeah.
it's like you haven't seen him like that, and you rarely see him like that. And
There is a.
Yeah.
Although they call sandwiches popkins. I mean, this is
Popkins,
stuff
yeah.
that I remember. This shit is burned into my brain.
I can tell. I mean, I'm so glad you said data check.
We had and I've said this before, I had the unpleasant experience of getting to Wizard and Glass and then there being a 20-year gap
right.
between that book and the next book.
Fuck.
We read these, and me and my friend Bob, who you know
Right,
Bob,
yeah. Loud and Dirty.
We were, Loud and Dirty Bob. We read these together in high school when we were sophomores in high school, and to this day, I haven't seen Bob in several years, just because I'm terrible at keeping up with people, and he still lives in town. You know, I just never see him, and I never go out of my way to see people because I'm a horrible human being. But
No, that's not it.
but
We get how it works.
if I ran into Bob right now at Walmart and the first thing out of my mouth was "Data chick," he would say "Data chum." I mean, it's just one of those things. So yeah, that brings me joy. I am so glad you're reading these.
I love it. Seriously,
Good.
like,
That makes
yeah,
me very,
really
very
looking
happy.
forward
We
to
could-
getting reading more.
Yeah, we should do. I think when you're done, we should do it. We should do a series. I think we should do a couple of shows on it.
I'd love to. I'd be happy to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to talk about.
Seven Patreon episodes, each about a different book.
We could do
Yeah.
that. I'm down.
I'm totally down to do that. I mean,
Okay.
I'm really enjoying.
good. Oh, I'm so glad.
I picked it up on a lark. I
Really?
didn't know who Stephen King was. I had no experience.
That blows
it was
my
on
mind,
sale.
that statement.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
on sale at Books A Million. I thought the cover looked cool, so I thought, oh, it's short enough. Picked it up, and I was like, oh shit.
This is a case
yeah.
when judging a book by its cover was a good thing.
Good thing. Very good thing. Yeah, man. So yeah, I guess I'll do the Audible free trial, cancel that, and then by that time, maybe my Spotify hours will be back up. I've checked the library, and it's like, well, I guess I could put it on hold at the library.
That might be a tough one. I bet it's gone a lot.
Yeah.
I bet it's in being used a lot.
Yeah.
And those books only get thicker, by the way.
I noticed because I was like, because Spotify gives you 15 hours a month, and I was like, well, how long is the Wastelands? Oh, like almost 19 hours.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
okay.
God, I'm excited. That's great.
Yeah. I want to talk more about it.
Good.
So,
Me
yeah,
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's plans. That's in stone. We're doing it.
Great.
Hell yeah.
Hell,
Hell
yeah. You got anything else?
Just minor stuff. I mean, nothing.
I will bring us
nothing needs to
Tudor
go
fish
over.
and Pepsi to enjoy while we talk.
I had Tudor fish for lunch.
Let's see. Me. Work. End of the year. Stuff. Yeah. So just nothing fun to talk about.
Would you say work's been rough?
No, I'm not giving anybody that square. They'll have to earn it a different way.
Here's what I propose: Tudor fish becomes a square.
I think Tudor fish should replace La Mulana.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like we've said Tudor
Shit, I
fish.
gave him La Mulana.
Damn it. Don't worry, it's Tudor fish now.
Yeah.
Let's get it to the point where we can replace all the squares on TADPOG bingo with
Yes.
Tudor fish.
Just with gunslinger stuff.
Just gunslinger
Yeah.
references
The
only.
face of your father. Long days
Yeah.
and pleasant nights.
Remember it.
water for your crops.
So yeah, slowly over time.
Muty meat or whatever they make for you.
Yeah. Let's without anybody noticing, we'll edit this part out. so they don't know. But let's slowly turn this into a Dark Tower podcast. Just
Oh, good. Yes.
Black
love it.
13.
So,
Which Merlin's Rainbow was I was thick in the Dark Tower series when I did my very first D&D game. And I made Merlin's Rainbow.
no shit.
All the black orbs were all like powerful artifacts that
hell yeah.
the players would get, and we get them powers. And if you got all 13, then the 14th orb, and it was like godhood that people destroyed at the end. So, but they were ridiculously overpowered, and I would never, ever, ever do it again.
I thought that was Dragon Ball inspired. I thought that was collect the 7 Dragon Balls.
I feel like you're going to be
That's
in
probably more accurate than what it was.
I
But
feel like you're going to be in a situation where as you go through these books, a lot of things are going to make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I
like
think
if
you're
you didn't
probably
already
right.
know that it was something, that someone somewhere had referred to, that'll be fun. But enough about this Dark Tower business. We have other business to attend to.
yeah,
What are we doing this week, Tyler?
we're going to take a quiz right now.
Okay, well, I have a quiz
Yeah.
for the two of you in lieu of a draft this week. Sorry, everybody. Maybe we'll lightning draft for the Stinger or something again. But my quiz, though, is a quiz directly related to Last Action Hero, the game that we're doing this week. The games and movie. And my quiz is for the movie because, frankly, I don't think anyone could write a long enough quiz about the game.
There's a game? That's weird.
Yeah, no, I didn't think so either. Wish the Soviets had landed on the moon first and maybe we wouldn't have this game. But we'll get to that in a little bit. Do you want to talk about the movie first and then the quiz, or do you want me to just give you the quiz and
Let's quiz it up.
quiz it up?
Yeah,
okay.
let's quiz it up. Are we all on the same team?
Make it a quiz nose in here.
Well, hey,
Hey.
I'm going to let you guys keep your own score. This is a easy one because this is yes or no questions.
Oh, okay.
So I want you to tally your correct answers.
Okay.
My quiz, did you watch the movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Was that question number 1?
No,
that
but
one
that was
right.
that was a good test to see
Did
if you
you?
guys are in the zone. To see if you guys are in the zone, if you understood the rules of the game, which is say yes or no, and if you get it right, you mark a point. Okay.
Okay.
My quiz today for you fine gentlemen is I'm going to read names of movie stars, and I want you to tell me whether or not they had a cameo in Last Action Hero.
Okay.
Because there is a fucking
There is.
lot of them.
I know 2 of them.
And I will tell you this, for all the actuallys out there, I got this list from Google. I don't know if it's accurate. I have visually confirmed several of them, but there were so many, according to Google, that I don't know where they all were, and I don't care if they're right or wrong. This is, are these people in Last Action Hero according to Google? Okay? We good?
Yes.
First one. These are just yes or no.
Okay.
And if you don't know who someone is when I say their name, I will explain to you who they are.
Okay.
The first one might be one of those. DeForest Kelley. He played Bones, the doctor in the original Star Trek TV show and the movies. DeForest Kelley. Dave?
It seems a little like... It seems obscure enough that I want to say yes. I'm trying to place him. That's why I'm pausing, because it's like...
Jim, I'm a doctor, not a...
Yeah, I know.
You know who I'm
I know
talking
who he
about.
is.
Okay.
Let me rephrase. I'm trying to place him in Last Action Hero.
Oh,
I only
see.
know him from the nodding gif.
right.
Yes.
That's
Uh-huh.
what I think
That's
he's most
it.
famous for.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'll go yes, just cause.
Okay, Tyler?
I'll say no, just because.
The answer for this one, DeForest Kelley, was not in Last Action Hero. The second, I've got like 21 of these. So
Great. No, I love it.
Ian McKellen. Tyler?
Yes.
Dave?
Tyler seemed pretty sure about that. I don't recall him being in the movie, but I'll go with yes.
Yep.
The answer is yes.
Who did he play?
Gandalf.
Death.
He played Gandalf the
Are
Grey.
you fucking shitting me?
That
Man, he was
that
heavier
him.
then.
Yeah, I think he was pretty heavily made up too.
Yeah. I didn't
Yes.
realize that was him. That's awesome.
Gandalf the Grey was in Last Action Hero. So give yourself both a point.
And Magneto was in it.
Tyler, you should be at 2. Dave,
Yep.
you should be at 1.
I'm at 1.
Okay. Next one. Sharon Stone. Dave?
I don't remember Sharon Stone being in it, but that doesn't mean she wasn't. I'll go no.
I also don't remember Sharon Stone, so I'll say no.
The answer is yes. Neither of you get a point for that
Who
one.
was she?
This was a cameo.
Oh, okay.
She was
So
Sharon
just-
Stone.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was just
She was
walking
at
around
the
and
she was at the
probably the police station,
movie
right?
premiere at the end.
Oh.
Oh, now
Right.
things start to make sense. All
Right.
right. The next one. Now, again, I have not visually verified all of these.
Okay.
But let's see. Where were we? My next name, Robert Patrick. Do you know who Robert Patrick is?
Yeah.
He played the
Vaguely.
T-1000 in Terminator 2 Judgment Day. The liquid Terminator. That's Robert Patrick.
I don't remember him being in it. It's the actual actor, not like a picture of the actor.
Yes, these
So
are all
Sylvester
these
Stallone
are
would
all
not have counted
considered
as a cameo.
right, and he's not on this list. But these are all listed as cameos in the movie, which make me believe that they were at some point on screen as actor, just on screen. Robert Patrick, Tyler,
No.
Dave.
Yes, for sure.
Yes, the answer is yes. Dave, you get a point.
All right. Tied up.
Tied up. All right. Next up,
Just like Dead
Jean-Claude
End,
Van Damme. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Tyler?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yes, correct. Jean-Claude Van Damme was in Last Action Hero. Ricardo Montalban. Mr. Rourke from Fantasy Island. Also Khan from Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan.
McElwain's crush, yes.
You're saying
I'm saying no.
you're saying no?
I'll go yes.
The answer is no, Tyler. Point to you. Dame Judi Dench. Dave?
Sure, yes.
Tyler?
No.
The answer is no. Tyler gets a point. Jim Belushi. Tyler?
Yes.
Dave?
Yeah, I remember that.
Correct. Jim Belushi is in this one. Linda Hamilton. Dave?
I don't remember her in it. I'll say no.
I will also say no.
The answer is yes. Chevy Chase. Tyler?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes, I remember him getting pushed.
Correct. Next is Little Richard. Dave?
Yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
Correct. Next up, James Brown. Tyler?
I don't remember James Brown, so I'll say no.
Dave?
I also don't remember James Brown, so I'll say no.
Correct. No is the answer. Next, Danny DeVito. Dave?
Now, earlier you said they were on screen, but I'll still say yes.
Yeah, I think he was the voice of the cat, so yes.
Correct. He was the voice of the cat. This
Whiskers.
is also
Detective
not.
Whiskers.
This does
One of the
not
best in the
count.
force.
This does not count as a cameo, I don't think, because he actually had speaking lines.
He wasn't credited, though.
Oh, is he
So
not
I think
credited?
it might
Okay.
actually count as a
Okay.
cameo.
All right.
But the first time he spoke, I looked at Nikki and I was like, that's Danny DeVito.
Yeah. That's awesome. Next up, Timothy Dalton. Tyler?
I don't remember Timothy Dalton in it, so I'll say no.
Dave?
Who is Timothy Dalton?
He played James Bond in a couple of James Bond movies before Pierce Brosnan, and he also played Prince Baron in Flash Gordon. I don't know if that means anything to you.
So there's a good chance this person was in the movie, but I didn't recognize him or wouldn't recognize him. But
I think of him as eyebrowier Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
Has he hosted a game show
So
ever?
Pierce Brosnan was going to be James Bond, but he still had a contract with NBC to finish out Remington Steele. So they got Timothy Dalton to play James Bond for 2 films, and then Pierce Brosnan came along and took over.
I was going to ask if I could look up a photo of him, but I don't think it'll help. I'm going to go no.
The answer is yes. Timothy Dalton, apparently. I did not see him, but apparently he did have a cameo in this movie. Next up, MC Hammer. Dave?
Yes? Yes?
Yes.
The answer is yes.
Yeah,
As
he stops
Arnold
on
is walking in,
Schwarzenegger.
as Jack is walking into the theater, MC Hammer stops him and said, "Hey, how about that soundtrack for?"
I didn't recognize him.
Yeah, that
I
was
didn't
him.
know who that was.
Yeah, that was MC Hammer. Next up, rock group Wilson Phillips. Hold on for one more day. Tyler or Dave?
I'm trying to think of a point in the movie where there might have been a band, but they probably all of Wilson Phillips, Wilson and Phillips,
Both of them?
Wilson Phillips and other.
Look, I want this to be true, so I'm going to say yes.
I also don't remember them, but I also don't think I would recognize them, so I'll say yes.
The answer is yes.
All right.
Although I was unable to visually confirm this one. From what I was able to garner here, Wilson
They could have been
Phillips
in
was
that music
this
video
movie.
in the beginning with all the women in the crazy outfits when they smash through.
Possibly.
That's I
Into
would
the
imagine.
pool.
Yeah.
I'll have to. And again, if there are people listening to this saying you're wrong, they weren't in it, and here's why, I don't care.
We need screenshots
I don't care.
with timestamps.
I need a testimony from Wilson Phillips saying, "Oh, we weren't in that movie."
We have a few more. Next up, Tina Turner. Tina Turner. Tyler?
I believe I remember her. Yes.
Dave?
Yes, absolutely.
Correct. Tina Turner was in one of the opening scenes of the movie for like literally 10 seconds, and she was gone. She had one speaking line, and then she was not in
Yeah,
it
I remember
anymore.
thinking that was fucking Tina Turner. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. And then she's gone.
And I kept waiting for her to come back.
Right.
Never
No.
did. Okay. Next up, former President Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter. Dave?
I don't remember Jimmy Carter being in this movie, but what's tough about it is all those scenes at all those Hollywood scenes, all of those scenes at like the movie premiere. There's no telling who's there. I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna go yeah just because I want Jimmy Carter to be in this movie.
Okay. Tyler?
I think he's too pure of heart to be in this movie, so I'll say no.
That's a good answer.
The correct answer is no. Jimmy
Damn it.
Carter was not. How do you like my fake ones? Are they pretty good?
They're getting me.
All right.
See, you know I hate them.
All right. Next up, we got 3 more. Next up, Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown. Tyler.
I mean, if Tina Turner was in it, I'll say yes.
It's a pretty good bet.
I couldn't pick him out of a lineup, though. Millie Bobby Brown, but not Bobby Brown.
I'll go yes too. That does make sense. They would both be in the movie.
The answer is no. Gotcha.
Bobby B.
Samuel L. Jackson. Tyler.
I mean, he's in everything, so I'll just say yes.
Okay. Dave.
Man, I feel like I'm fucked either way. So, but I don't remember seeing him in this movie, and I do think that if I saw him in this movie, I don't think if my brain didn't let me know that Samuel L. Jackson was on the screen and I missed him, then I don't know, man. But I'm gonna go no. I'm gonna go no.
The answer is no.
Oh,
he
thank
was not in this movie.
Not because I got it right, just because that would drive me fucking crazy. You mean Samuel L. Jackson was in this movie and I didn't notice? How was that possible?
Okay, and the final question. Mark Hamill, a.k.a. Luke Skywalker.
I did think for a second that I saw him,
Really?
so I'm going to say yes.
Fuck. Huh. I don't. Yeah, I don't have a Mark Hamill sense like I have a Samuel L. Jackson sense. I'm gonna go no, but I hope that he was in the movie. And
You're not Hamill sensitive?
No, no.
It's no. The answer is no.
Oh.
Mark Hamill was not a cameo.
Because I remember
in this
watching
movie.
it be like one of the goons in the truck. I think looks like him.
Oh, really?
So I remember like, was that Mark Hamill? No, that wouldn't be Mark Hamill.
Well, as
so
far
when you
as
said it, I was like, oh, maybe that was Mark Hamill.
as far as I know, the motherfucker wasn't in this movie.
I think Tyler probably got me. I got 13.
I also got 13.
Hey.
Well, I got to come up with a tiebreaker.
Or we could just all walk away winners.
No, we got to have a winner. All right, don't look at my screen.
All right.
I'm going to pick one that I haven't said out of this list.
Okay.
Or not.
Yes. O.J. Simpson.
Maria Shriver.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Who?
Let's see.
Tyler, let's just say the same thing.
Done.
Over and over again.
All right, I will just,
Yes.
if you start fucking with
We
me,
got
I
this
will
fucker
end
now.
this quiz. Okay, are you ready?
Yes. Maybe.
Damon Wayans.
I'm going no.
He was in the movie.
You saying yes?
Yeah, he was in the movie.
Well, somebody has won. It's Tyler.
Who did
The
he
answer
play?
is yes. I don't know.
He was walking in the red carpet with he was with Chevy Chase. He was beside Chevy Chase. when
No
Chevy
shit.
Got knocked over.
I just assumed he would have been like young.
He probably was
He
pretty
was
young.
very young.
So I was thinking of like a
We
kid.
would have been like around. Well, this movie came out in
93.
93. You ever see Last Boy Scout?
No.
Okay, well, Last Boy Scout had Bruce Willis and Damon Wayans. 1991. So
Okay.
he would have been about roughly the same age. You know, a couple of years difference, obviously.
Oh, I was thinking Matt Damon. You said Damon Wayans.
You got Matt
I was following
Damon
the
and Damon
Damon way.
Wayans confused.
I did.
All right.
I'm pretty
I'm
sick.
sure they'd
I don't
both
know.
be like kind of. I'm sure they'd both be kind of honored to have been mistaken for one another. So, anyway, that's my quiz. I hope
Good
you
quiz.
enjoyed it.
I did enjoy it. Congratulations, Tyler.
Thank you, David. I nearly said no, but then I would have known we would have been stuck in a time spiral until Ian had an aneurysm.
I would have ended it at that point, and then I was thought one tiebreaker. If it doesn't work, if they answer
I
the
said
same
good
thing,
day.
fuck it. So
You know, talk about this movie.
I do.
Sure.
I do.
I tried getting Melissa to come out here and talk
Sure.
about it, but she's
She
like,
doesn't
I
want
don't
to?
want. She's, I don't want to talk about this movie.
Well, you
I
know,
don't want to sit in there with those boys. Talk about
all smelly and being all boys and men and gross. I don't like it either. I
the
understand.
little white candle dicks. It's a Dark Tower reference.
Shit, I got to
each
get
other
caught
off.
up. I'm not going to get. It's been too long. Yeah, we can talk about it because this is oddly enough, I had never seen this movie before.
I hadn't either. I'd seen bits and pieces of it.
And-
I saw it in like '95.
Yeah.
I remember renting it on VHS with my aunt. I stayed the night with her, and we went and rented
Was it her pick or yours?
mine.
It was your pick.
I think we rented like Rainbow Bright and this.
Man, I love those fucking picks. Because I remember picks like that when I was a kid
Yeah.
too, where it's just like, these movies don't go
These look
together at
good.
all. But one's a young children's cartoon, the other's like, older kids watch this.
Well, I
I'm
remember
sure.
another time we went there when I stayed the night with her. We were in Ninja Turtles in Diggstown, so it was just like whatever.
Which one did you pick?
I picked both of them.
Oh, did you?
I don't know why I rented Diggstown. It's such a weird kid pick.
I hadn't ever seen this, and all I knew about it was that kid goes into movie. I didn't know anything else. I didn't know that John McTiernan directed it.
Did you say you hadn't seen that?
I have not seen this movie before.
Whoa.
I watched it.
Whoa. Let's back that
I
up.
thought maybe that might evoke a little bit more than, oh, neat.
Nope. I didn't. It didn't register with
most
me.
people have seen this movie. I have seen just about every movie.
Well, that's the part that surprises me is that you have seen just about
never
every
saw
movie.
this one, and I don't know why. I don't know why it never.
That's probably the one and
happened.
only time I've ever seen something that you haven't.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's
that is
definitely
fucking
rare. But I watched it today. I didn't know John McTiernan directed it, which is the director of Die Hard.
Yeah, put some more stank on that.
And
McTiernan.
McTiernan.
I'll be the richest duck.
Was talking to, speaking of McTurbley, John Turley, we were talking yesterday, and he just started, he accidentally saw the newest DuckTales series that was on, the one the one with David Tennant. Yeah.
It's good.
He hadn't seen it. He was like, dude, that new DuckTales is fucking good.
Yeah, it's
and I'm
good.
like, yeah, it is fucking good. It's as good as, if not a little better than the original.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, I hadn't seen it, and at first, when I was watching this movie, at first I didn't know. I was like, because the tropes, all the tropes, the action movie tropes, I didn't realize it was poking fun at action movies. And I was like, oh my.
I didn't realize that when I watched it back in the day.
Yeah.
I could see that definitely. Yeah. Especially for a kid.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gotten it back when it
Right.
came out.
No,
for
and
sure.
I think a lot of that would have been lost on its potential part of its target audience. I found it to be quite enjoyable. I liked it.
Kind of love Tywin Lannister.
I did. Old Tywin was in there, and
Old Chucky
being
Dance.
a heavy.
That's where he's from.
Yes.
That's where he's from.
Yep.
Fuck. That was bugging the shit out of me. I could have looked it up, but
I was really.
Chum.
Dad chick.
I was really. That's our new hell yeah.
Dad a jump.
I was actually really glad to see Bridget Wilson show up, aka Sonya Blade, aka Veronica Vaughn.
yeah. Got one fine ace.
That Veronica Vaughn is one piece of ace. You know,
Who would steal 30 sack lunches?
it's that damn Sasquatch again. You know, me and her used to get it on. No, you didn't. Well, it was my buddy and his friend. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. But it'd be pretty cool if they did. I'm just gonna quote Billy Madison.
Yeah, that's
if
the show
cool.
now. No, that's great. I haven't seen that one in a long time. I need to rewatch Billy Madison.
Back to school. So I was glad to see her because I have had a massive crush on her since the early 90s. Arnold Schwarzenegger was in it as Arnold Schwarzenegger and as his character in the movies. Jack something.
Slater.
Slater.
There's some Megadeth in there.
Planet
Yes.
Hollywood has the best memorabilia.
It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
He starts riffing on like fucking what's her name? The wife, his at the time, Maria Shriver. It's like, okay, now listen. They're walking on the red car. It's like, listen, do not plug the restaurant or the fitness clubs or any of
It was
that
a perfect
crap.
opportunity.
It's just tacky. It's tacky. Don't do it. I loved that shit.
Oh, in a few years, I'm going to knock up our maid.
So there was some Megadeth music in there. Of course, some AC/DC in there. I thought, it was I had fun with this movie.
Did you rent it or did you buy it or neither?
This one I was able to.
This was way more
Birthday?
expensive to buy, I saw.
This was a birthday.
See, I bought it because it was less. It was like,
Oh, really?
yeah, renting it was like I did the math on it. Renting it was like $3, and buying it was like 5 something.
Yeah.
It was like 13 to buy on Amazon Prime and 3 to rent it, so I
Yeah.
rented it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Melissa's like, they're going to think our picks are so fucked up because it's just this.
Yeah.
Judge Dredd, Demolition Man.
Oh, dude. Yeah. No, I get it. Trust me. I live in this world as well.
you might like name
Get offended by my recommendations. You might like Biodome. Fuck you.
Fuck
Bye.
you, Amazon. Cancel. Yeah, you're right. I would like that. Oh, it's on sale.
I watched the Ultra HD version.
Ooh.
Yeah. Which I got to be honest, probably watching this on like a standard definition television would have been the best way to go, as opposed to, because like I liked this movie as well. I enjoyed it, but the effects in this movie are awful. And and there are times where I was like, is it supposed to look this bad? Like at the end of the movie, where
See,
like
I wondered that too.
So high definition, you can see the mouse clicker on the cat.
because like at the end of the movie where like Danny is talking to Jack and he's got to go back to his world and Jack's all like shot up and shit, and it's like the worst green screen in the fucking world.
It does
back
get
behind him.
really
and he's
bad.
like clipped like real smooth.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yes,
it's
I
like
know
It looked
exactly the
like
scene you're
Ghostbusters
talking about.
whenever like the Statue of Liberty is getting lit up with the electricity to move.
yeah. Well, it looked like a Twitch streamer from like 2018, you know? It is.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
My
by
favorite
that.
second cousin.
There's got to be something about that because you're right, and I think maybe some of the special effects maybe were purposely bad, you know. But during the part of the movie where the kid's in the movie with him,
Oh, yeah. I agree with that.
yeah,
I want this remastered to have 3D effects, so the axe when he throws at the very beginning comes out of the screen at you. Let's go over the top with it. I like this okay. I really didn't mind it. Now that I get it,
right.
like, okay, yeah. It had some funny points. All right.
Just
sure.
the way he would like drive his car and park anywhere, or you know, when he jumps into the LA River and you know the car is literally pointing downward as it jumps off the bridge, which is I think the same bridge from Terminator 2, by the way.
Yeah.
And then the next shot, the car just sort of bounces down on its tires and rolls, and he literally drove across water at one point. You know, I thought the shit like that was, God, the police station in that. Oh my God, that one got me. That was funny.
The rabbi and the German getting partnered.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the super hot women and all the a lot of the costumes look like Demolition Man almost.
Yeah.
In their like the Blockbuster, the woman that works at Blockbuster, you know, they were wearing these weird
They're all
clothes.
hot.
Yeah, they're all hot. Where are the regular women?
What's your number? 555.
He said everyone has a 555 number, but there's only 9,999 possibilities. That's what the area codes are for. God, it was good shit. I mean, I laughed out loud at a lot of this shit in this movie.
Like, I love that, talking about in the police station, the partners getting paired up. The kid gets paired up with he's not
your
a
new
police
partner
officer.
now.
Yeah,
It's your partner now.
I love it, man. It's fucking.
This movie was meta before meta was even a term.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's what really made it stand out. Obviously, I loved it. I loved how much fun it was.
I think Shane Black co-wrote the movie.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Shane Diesel.
I'm not positive. Oh yeah, same guy.
Same guy.
But yeah, they got a lot right in this one, and when I finally realized what they were doing, I started having a lot of fun with it.
I hated the idea. Like when the movie came out,
Yeah,
like the going into it, like
I
a
did
kid
too.
with
That's
a ticket
probably
going into
why
a movie.
I avoided
I was
it.
like, man, that sounds like some fucking
that is some bullshit.
some Disney Channel fucking
Yes.
3 p.m.
Yes.
bullshit.
And I truly believe that because I mean, in
But
1991,
death comes out of Seven Seal. That's some Disney shit.
I was 21 in 1993, or no, 20, coming up on 21. But I thought it was going to be a kids movie.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going to be some dumb children's film where the boy gets into the movie and
Right.
And this was Arnold's bid to stop being a serious actor and start being in nothing but children's movies. I thought that was going to be what this was.
Yeah.
And I wasn't having it. So I think that's why I avoided it. And then it just never came up again until we picked this game. And then I watched it today and I was like, oh, fuck. Okay, this is actually pretty good. I missed out on I feel like I missed out on something at a good point in my life. I would have really liked it then too, but I'm glad I finally watched it.
Yeah, it's the
I'm
gift of
glad we
TADPOG.
did. It is.
Most of the time it works in reverse, but this time it was good.
It's a TADPOG miracle.
We still even talk about the game.
Yeah, this is.
Well, yeah.
We do have a game to talk about as well. Any more thoughts on the movie?
I mean, not anything to bitch about. I thought it was a fun little movie. Not too deep. I liked it. It skewered, the genre. So yeah, I got no complaints, and I liked Arnold in it.
I
Thought it was
thought
good.
Charles Dance, Tywin Lannister, was excellent.
Yeah,
in his
yeah,
role.
He's a great villain.
When he goes into the real world and he goes,
I just shot somebody.
I just shot someone and I did it on purpose.
I would like to confess.
I have murdered a man in the street and I would like to confess.
Shut up down there.
I loved that shit.
Yeah.
And I thought it's rare that you see him in a role that's, he was the same kind of guy that he usually plays, the Tywin Lannister type, but this was more of a funny, a parody role for him. And I thought he just nailed it.
No, I thought he was awesome.
I loved how the stupid glass
Yeah, the
eye
glass
thing.
eye thing
God,
is
that
like-
was
Although it
fucking
turned
hilarious.
with him whenever he looked at stuff.
At one point, he took it out, and you could see his regular eye.
Yeah, I was curious about that. I was like, is this like
I thought it was a
like a
lens.
crown for your eye or something?
I thought it was like a lens,
But then they show his
It's a
rack
full eyeball.
yeah,
with
it
spoons.
is.
I don't know if you noticed that's what's holding them are spoons. Where they have the glass eyeballs on them. But I did think that was a nice kind of.
Yeah.
That's a nice
Whenever
way
they
of-
complete it and it explodes in a massive explosion.
Right. Oh yeah, when he has the cards on Jack's second cousin. 3, 2.
His favorite second cousin,
Yes.
by the way.
So fucking Looney Tunes, man.
God,
I love
it was.
Shit.
It really was. And the
Well, I did that in the city game where a halfling ran up to
Oh right.
Hugh
Yeah, I
Shelby Dunn's
remember that
character
now.
and handed him some notes, and it was like 5, 4.
Yep.
some of the just over the top shit. There was a dead body hanging from a crane that was being piloted by a
At a
child
mobster's funeral.
at a mobster's funeral. The body was loaded up with nerve gas, and then they dropped
Leo
the
the
body
farts.
into the La Brea tar pit, which I thought was bigger.
Yeah, I did
It's
too. Apparently,
it's kind of
not.
underwhelming.
Yeah.
It's this little thing. It's this little spot, and so yeah. There's just they spun. I feel like they spun a wheel, and just whatever it landed on. Yep, that's the stunt we're gonna do. And it worked. It
Manatees
really
in a big tank pushing balls with
Beach
ideas.
balls. Yeah.
Yes.
It worked.
Leo
though.
the fart will pass
did
gas one more time.
And that was Grandpa Munster, right? Who ran the
Oh.
movie theater.
No, that was not him.
Oh, it wasn't him?
No.
It does look
Okay.
like him.
It does look like him, but no, it wasn't him.
Bummer.
I can't remember what else. I've seen him in several things, but I can't remember what. I thought it was funny. I truly thought Danny's mom and Jack, what's his name? Slater were going to get it on. Get it on. Because they were really getting friendly.
I have a feeling there was a
Maybe they
version of the
did
script
get it
where
on.
they did.
When Danny went and falls asleep from exhaustion, and then he sees them in the kitchen the next morning, Did you guys stay up all
I'm your
night
dad
talking?
now.
Yeah. Yes.
It's a different movie from that point forward.
I thought I kept waiting because I didn't remember it. I kept waiting for the part where he gets robbed in the very beginning. I expected Jack to show up then and it'd be like a dream, as opposed to some
Oh, right.
weird meth head who just
Right.
Yeah,
Got into his
immediately
apartment.
kicks in
yeah,
his
yeah,
door.
I thought so too.
Like
Yep.
this is too. Oh, that happened and no one cares. And he just goes back home.
It's that latchkey kid life. You know. She's like, Mom would be like, I didn't choose to be. Some of the establishing writing was not great.
I'm sure.
You know? Son, I didn't choose to be a widow with a single income and have to leave you at home by yourself all the time. It's like, I don't know. I feel like they could have done a little bit better. It was a little on the nose.
Wait, was that exposition?
But yeah, it was fun. I was surprised. I was prepared to tear this movie a new asshole. And after it was over,
Its
I was
asshole
like,
is
God,
perfectly
that was
adequate.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just got
Gritty
all
enough.
the asshole it needs. It doesn't need any new ones.
I know we touched on this, but I love that they brought it into the real world. And not only, I love that,
God, that
Jack
was so
Slater
good.
met Arnold Schwarzenegger. I love
and
that.
they fought a little,
Yeah.
and he's like, "You're the best looking stunt double I've ever seen." He's like, "Shut up!
brought me nothing but
I don't
pain."
like you."
That whole interaction is great. And it was fun.
Oh, look, it's the Ripper. He's here in costume.
know.
Why, hello.
Probably going to kill some people.
I used to love Lisa Gibbons back in the day, too.
Oh, yeah.
Who played the
interview-
Ripper?
Say what?
Who is that? I don't know who this
the,
is.
the
the
blonde girl who
interviewer.
interviews him.
Oh, okay.
She's
She used to
the-
have her own talk
it
show
was
that like, I would
Entertainment
watch when I was
Tonight.
sick at home.
Oh, okay.
She did
Yeah.
Entertainment Tonight before that with John.
Practice.
Tesh. John Tesh.
Oh, John Tesh, yes.
Okay.
Who I think I've mentioned in the past wrote.
White people love him. That's all I know about John Tesh.
He wrote the football song. He wrote the NFL. No,
Oh, really?
it's
Yeah.
I can't think of it now. I've got too many. I've got a song by The Weeknd stuck in my head, and I can't get anything else to come out. But he wrote like the music for the NFL. I
And
don't know,
now
it was-
he's good forever.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that was Lisa, the bleach blonde with the red dress, doing all the interviews on the red carpet.
Okay.
That was her.
The one who could prevented the attempted murder.
Yep.
Yes. Yes,
Yep.
by taking him seriously.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to say something about the actor who plays the Ripper who then shows up.
Right. So I was going to mention that because they were so concerned with the Ripper killing Arnold Schwarzenegger and making Jack disappear. Like the whole thing was,
Right.
if he kills Arnold, I die.
Not you.
Not me.
Jack.
That's what he says. Is if he that was the thing.
Right.
If he
Let's establish
kills
some
Arnold-
rules to our magic system real quick.
Yeah.
But they kill the Ripper and the other guy. Unless he means
You have to
there's
kill
just
that-
no
you have to
more
kill the
movies.
actor.
Is that what I meant?
Well, we
No
never
m-
see the actor after that, do we?
No,
So
we
for
don't.
all we
Maybe
know, he did die.
Maybe
I don't
he
know.
did. Someone
wait.
else died though.
But wait, that would be the other way around, though, right? Because if the actor dies, to me, in this magic system, it makes sense
you're
that the
right.
fictional
You're
character would
right.
die.
If the fictional character died,
then
it's
they-
not right. Okay.
The actor's ineffective. You gotta
I was-
cut out the root.
I was
Right.
working when I watched this movie, so I was
And does he
formulating
have to go
theories.
back into the film he came out of? If he opened Slater 2, would it be a different Slater and not know who he is?
Man,
I got so
don't
many
know.
questions about this magic system.
Sequel.
Brandon Sanderson writes the hard magic sequel to Last Action Hero.
What I wanted was more of like, so the bad guy's plan was to just, which is what he did with Ripper, was go into movies and pull villains out and bring them into the real
At one
world.
point, he had Jason circled on the newspaper.
Jason and the Argonauts.
Yeah.
So I was like, why not Voorhees?
Right. I thought the same thing. I was like, please let this be Voorhees.
Yeah.
It wasn't Voorhees.
This is like
that he was circling.
This is like a multiverses thing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it's
Totally.
I wish there was more of that. And I get it. That involves a lot of licensing and all that. But like that would have been so cool to see like, oh, he got Jason Voorhees. Like that would be great if there's like a bulk of the movie.
Well, and
where
there's also
because Melissa was like, "Please don't get Dracula." Oh my god!
Yeah,
Gary Oldman. Bleh.
Can we at least get Renfield? Oh wait, he's not been done yet by this point. But I do love it when I do love a good Hollywood poking fun at itself movie. Like Get Shorty was a good one if you've ever seen that.
Yeah.
That one gets really deep into the that Hollywood mentality of making deals and let's do lunch kind of thing. I love shit like that when they are self-aware and they put it on screen. And they're not, and then they get a bunch of real actors who get the joke to come in and have their cameos and to be in it. And when he points out the fact that, let me tell you how I know this is a movie. That is a cartoon cat down there.
He's one of the best men.
But they get Danny DeVito to be that cat,
right?
And things like that. Just that always works for me especially when it's done well.
I'm just a dude playing a dude disguised
as another dude. Never go full retard. Yeah, it was a great movie. I really had a lot of fun with it, and I'm glad I've now been able to add that to my trove of useless movie information.
Yeah, I thought it was good. Liked it. Liked all the cameos, even the ones that didn't exist, but I think should exist.
Samuel L. Jackson was really good in that movie.
I liked Mark Hamill the best, really.
Yeah.
And Dame Judi Dench. But
you can't play chicken in real life.
To every yin, there must be yang.
Yeah, you guys ready to talk about
every
the
good, there must be bad.
Last Action Hero Super Nintendo game made by Bits Studio.
Oh, yeah.
Published by Sony ImageSoft.
In 1994, January 1994.
Yeah, not long after the movie came out.
It could have waited.
Forever.
A long time.
It could have waited forever.
It is... the part that I played was a quite literal side-scrolling beat-em-up, where it's not belt-scrolling. It's like everybody's on the same plane of existence.
Right.
And I like those okay. I mean, what I played was the slowest version of Kung Fu for the NES that I've ever fucking played.
That is an excellent example.
And I like Kung Fu for the NES a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good game.
It's a great game.
But it's good because it's fast and snappy. You kill dudes with one punch or one kick. They kill you. It's real fast. I mean, it's just, that game is so fast and snappy. It's great. And then the level that I played in Last Action Hero is that, but so prolonged, drawn out.
Jesus.
I would say miserable experience.
I don't even
experience.
understand what they were hoping to accomplish.
This was in all these movies that we have done, or games that we have done that have accompanied a movie.
Yeah.
This was the most obvious cash grab.
This is
ever
they made it over
contrived.
a weekend.
Yes, this was
look
done
like
in an afternoon.
And it's
for
like,
sure.
To me, it looked like they bought Arnold Schwarzenegger's name because it appears before the title in the game. It goes Arnold Schwarzenegger, Last Action Hero, and that's all you get.
Yep.
Start. Then you press start. There's no demo. There's no a track mode. Nothing. You just hit start, and then you play a guy who looks like Matthew Fox wearing Arnold Schwarzenegger's clothes.
He looks like Jim from The Office.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like he looks like everyone but Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He looks like the guys you're beating up. Like everyone in the game looks the same. They're just wearing different clothes. It's like, what is this?
And I watched a speed run, and
29
Your dude
minutes.
fights the same dude. They add 2 more dudes, but the same 4 dudes. Like
throughout the whole game. There's a punch guy, a bat guy, a knife guy, and a
fucking
gun
bat
guy.
oh, Molotov cocktail guy,
Oh, I forgot about
guy.
Molotov cocktail guy.
and the Ripper and Benedict. Which the fight against Benedict reminded me of one of the Nick Arcade bosses.
Really? I
Yes.
didn't make it
Holy
that
shit!
far.
Like I don't even understand what they were. I don't understand what that.
It was-
He was like a genie who would just disappear and had magical balls flying around.
I don't.
And he
Maybe
would
those were
teleport
his.
on different- It was
Maybe
like,
those were
did
his
you
eyes.
See the end?
Yeah, I think he would like. I think the idea for what they were trying to say was he was going back and forth between movie and real, and he would disappear, and then reappear, and then you punch, and then he disappears again, and then he would reappear, and you
He would
punch him.
shoot bolts of light at you, and then balls would fly around the screen. You fought the Ripper in the same fight at the beginning and at the end.
That kind of sort of makes sense.
That
with the
tracks
movie.
with the movie.
I mean, I would have wanted like at least something to where like you can't beat him until you grab the power or something like that. To electrocute
Anything
him.
other
Well,
than what they did.
Talking about the Ripper, like
Oh, and you punch missiles, and
Oh,
there's
the
one point
helicopter.
bummer.
where a
missed that.
helicopter
You do
is
reflect
flying,
missiles by
and you
punching 'em
punch
back.
you punch missiles, and they reflect back at the helicopter.
that part sounds like fun.
Yeah, I could
kinda
not
a la-
beat the first
it-
level
it was
on my own. I had to watch the playthrough.
a la fighting a helicopter in Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Except you don't actually punch this helicopter. Yeah, I couldn't make it through the first level because the timing is so bad.
You have to
and-
be one. When I noticed you couldn't jump kick, you could just jump.
Yeah.
So whenever they would approach you, but you had to cheese it because you could jump into them, but it had to be perfectly aligned for them to hit you and you to hit them. So you could just kind of cheese it by jumping into their threatened area and moving back and forth. But even still, they have more reach and they're quicker than you.
I think jumping in that's what I finally figured out, because what I was doing was I would run up to them, bait them to swing, and then run away while they're swinging, and then like start kicking them, which this is super annoying. When you kick or punch them, they fly like halfway across the screen, and that means you have to re-engage.
Yep.
And engaging is the least fun and most difficult part of it.
Yes.
And it's like they develop these levels where it's like, okay, this will be fun because they'll have to figure out the order in which to frustratingly beat the enemies. And if they get it wrong, if they don't figure it out immediately, they're dead because there's no coming back. Like when they get on you, you're done,
That's
man.
it.
You're done.
And you don't lose a life and then reappear.
Nope.
The level starts all the way over.
All the way at the beginning.
Holy
All the way at the
shit.
beginning.
Damn
I
it.
haven't seen that.
And the level's long.
Oh,
There's no
God.
checkpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
There's no variation in like the characters you can play. I would have loved for there to have been a playable like the Bridget Wilson
Detective
character,
Whiskers.
or Detective Whiskers, or
God.
Danny.
Just
even
Danny,
I think,
yeah.
and I'm in my head canon. I'm going to say that in the alternate universe where the Soviets landed on the moon, this game had a playable version of Bridget Wilson, of his daughter, because there's a whole scene in that movie where she just kicks fucking ass.
I
And
love that scene.
She's screaming
the whole
so
time, like
loud,
in terror.
in terror, and kicking her. And then at
Beating
one
the
point,
shit
when
out of
she
this guy.
realized she's got the upper hand and she's beating the shit out of him, I think she continues to scream to keep the people in the other room thinking
Yeah, not to rush.
that
it.
Right.
he's, not to rush in there.
Right.
It's brilliant. The whole scene is amazing,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it shows off what she shows
The
in
cash
her.
is fake. Burn it. It makes weird smoke.
MacGuffin time. They show off her physical abilities in this movie that leads her into the role of Sonya Blade, where she is really into that. She is really a kung fu master, and she even does that shit in Billy Madison when
Right.
she kicks his ass and throws him in the pool.
Right.
And, they always got to have, and I love that they had that for her in this moment. And I think it would have been cool to have her as a playable character. Like, even if this game didn't change at all, but you had the option to play as some of the different characters.
You have to kiss Skeevy at the end.
Yes. where you have different abilities or different whatevers. Got a chick? It would have been a lot better. It would have been a lot better. But so in my head, I have a couple of achievements when we get to that point that are based on that version of the game when the Soviets landed on the moon first.
Totally makes
From now on, I'm going to try to remember that anytime I come up with something I would like for it to have been a certain way, it's going to be from the universe where the Soviets landed on the moon first.
I don't know. I love the idea of having different playable characters. I don't think it would have saved the game.
No, it would have been better.
It would have been better.
It wouldn't have made it a good game by any stretch.
Miserable fucking experience. Because like on top of the enemies being not fun to fight, incredibly, it takes a long time to beat them, and you have a timer, and it is look. I'm not an expert on Last Action Hero or nothing, but I used a cheat code to refill my life anytime I wanted to. And I still failed to get through the first level in time. Yeah. And it was like, holy shit, short. I'm like almost invincible. And it's like the time I did, I had 2 seconds left.
Yeah, it's so bad. And it's so slow and plodding, and there's no real purpose. There's no good strategy. There's not enough moves.
No, it's just cheesy exploiting the AI and coming on the screen. It's all you can do.
Just a straight punch is really the only effective thing. The kick, I thought, was too hard to land. The jump might have gotten you away from some Molotov cocktails here and there.
Well, you can't have a gun or have explosives.
You don't get any
or anything
weapons.
like he does. He's just
And I mean, the main character had guns throughout the whole damn movie.
This could have been a Final Fight clone, which came out 3 years before this, and that would have been a better avenue to go.
Way better. I mean,
like the blueprint's there. If you want to do a beat 'em up, do it like this.
Yeah, for sure. And I think Cliffhanger did a beat 'em up better than this game did.
Yeah,
strangely, and because that game sucks.
This game does suck real bad,
but it's way better than this one.
It is better. And I mean, better than this game.
Way better. Like it is considerably better, and that game sucked.
Yeah.
So
I
do the
agree with
math, everyone. I don't even want y'all to try this one.
Well, so what surprised me was once I got past the first level, all of a sudden I'm playing a top down, like I'm in a car.
Bump and jump.
Bump and jump. And it's like, what happened? And then I died immediately, and it was like, oh, I'm out of lives. I guess I play through level 1 again to get here. And it's like, no, I played it for an hour. That's my time. I don't know how much more bump and jump there is.
There's one more bump and jump level.
That's fucking bizarre.
The long play was 29 minutes and 2 seconds long.
That's impressive.
Yeah, and it seemed like it was never going to end because every level
sign of quality.
It was the same shit.
There's a weird elevator level where you stand on. You don't get in them. You stand on the elevators, and
dude, the elevators in the school fucking suck because it's like I would get in one and press up, and nothing would happen. It's like I'd move one more pixel to the right, press up. Okay, there it goes. It had to click.
Yep.
It's so fucking like, why do you have to stand on one specific spot?
The idea.
Well, it's when the elevator level, you just stood on this one pixel and it would come down and then take you back up in the exact same stand. Like, no.
The idea of paying full price for this game back in 1994, this would have infuriated me. I would have gone to Toys R Us and screamed at the, you are taking this back.
Yeah. There are definitely like, I feel like I say this a lot on the show.
Yeah.
I feel like I say, well, when I was a kid, if I would have gotten this when it came out, I probably would have spent the summer beating it. That's not the fucking case with this game. It is not. This is straight up like...
This has lived up to every bit of bad hype that I heard about it. It is truly... I think this one deserves a place at the bottom.
It's a trash game. I agree with you.
Trash fucking game.
I would put it near the top of the bottom 100s.
Top of the bottom 100s. Yeah, we've got... I mean, we're looking at a travesty of a video game that really kind of throws a turd at a pretty good movie. And I think
Yeah.
it just
So
pisses
kids
me off.
excited because they like the movie, get this game, and are shattered.
Oh God, what have they done to me?
So about the story, right? Here's the bump and jump level. Why didn't the game start out with that? Because in the movie, when Danny uses the ticket and gets into the movie, he winds up in the back of Jack's vehicle.
Immediately.
That's where it starts.
where he
but
starts.
the game goes out of its way to be like, the Ripper's at Danny's school. Like,
yeah,
why
which is
do
not at
that
all-
if you have a level where you're driving a car? Like, it felt like a really, I don't know, man, a really
Yeah.
bad decision, or at least one that wasn't thought out.
Just don't make it.
Yeah.
Just don't make the game. Okay, we would have been better off. Fans of the movie, anyone that bought this would have been better off had it never been made. That would have been money, a lot of money saved.
Yeah.
There's just nothing.
Can we say good things about the game?
I thought maybe
You punch the missiles back at the helicopter.
That does sound sweet.
That's funny.
That
it
does
is
sound
funny.
sweet.
The Ripper wears a yellow raincoat just like in the movie.
They
So
did get that.
in that perspective, they've at least gotten more accurate movie-wise than Demolition Man did in their game.
It's a good point. Ooh, the music was bad, so I can't say that was good.
The fight with Benedict was ridiculous. He wears his white suit.
There we go.
Yeah.
We
It
can
didn't
count
even-
that.
He looks like Benedict.
There are cheat codes. I'd say that's a good
okay,
thing.
that's something.
They're ridiculous, where it's like, in order for me to be able to hold R or tap the R button to refill my life gauge, you go to the first police car in the first level and you kick the tail light 20 times. There's no indication that you're doing anything. So I was like kicking it and I was like, I don't know if this is doing anything. And then you do it 20 times and then, yep, you can just press the R button and it heals your life.
So you're talking
That's
about
funny.
you've got to do this while the timer is running.
While the timer's running, yeah.
So that costs you valuable
It does cost you time.
seconds.
But at the point I was in my playthrough, it was like, yeah, I'm dying a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Like
oh,
a
yeah.
lot.
If I'm going
Like
to
a
make it
lot.
through
Okay,
this.
I made it for that first screen, second screen, and I'm dead. Okay, start
Yep.
over, make it almost into the second screen, dead. Okay, let's try again.
And
Make it the third screen.
I was timing it. It took about 10 seconds to kill an enemy.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's
and
too
you
long.
can't move forward. You can't move
Right.
until you've cleared that
squad.
section, that squad, and
Yeah.
then you go forward, and then there's a squad of 3 or 4 more. Sometimes you got lucky and they would overlap and you could hit them at the same
Oh
time.
my god! But sometimes that would fuck me because it's like I get 2 of the bat guys stacked on top of each other. They're on the same fucking plane of existence, and then it's like one swings and the other doesn't, and so now they're on these off swings, and it's like I can't even
There's no
approach these
time
guys.
to even approach. Yeah, and you have no ranged weapon. You have nothing.
yeah, no jump kick, no way to do anything.
It's
No
fucking
jump
stupid,
kick.
man.
I mean,
Yep.
jump kick would be
No real frames of invincibility. Like, I just remember being hit back to back to back to back.
And
you
every-
get them,
Yeah.
but it's like they're pretty short. And where are you gonna go?
You
know
can't
what I
like
mean?
get in on them close. You have to be at that perfect range where their range is.
and every hit
I don't.
was
I don't
devastating.
Understand. I don't understand.
I mean, it's an eighth of your health gone every time you were hit.
Yeah.
So you effectively could get hit 8, maybe 10 times before you die. And they give you health,
Not enough,
but
they do
not
give you
nearly
health.
enough. And they usually drop it
And you
after
get gold tickets,
and golden tickets, which I guess are for points.
like it. Yeah, you know, in the movie.
Right.
All those gold tickets,
Yeah.
which Melissa called it. She was like, "Why don't they just find the stub?"
Yeah.
What? So I was like,
see,
"Oh, I guess you're right."
I
don't
didn't
know.
get that. I didn't get that. I was not that bright.
No,
As-
me neither.
As Death said to Danny, "You're not that bright, are you?" I was like, "Damn!"
I was even-
Gandalf going hard.
right before that scene where they linger on the fucking box where the stuff's going
they
in,
pause.
Still didn't register
Yeah,
for me. I was like,
neither.
that's weird. They lingered on that box. Huh.
Seems like some kind of foreshadowing, but I don't think so.
No.
Because I was really worried about Jack and whether or not he would make it.
I'm not gonna lie, I was.
I thought he would die.
I was worried. I was concerned. They got me.
They got me too. Because earlier in the movie, Tywin says it best. Sometimes the bad guys win.
Mm-hmm.
In this world, the bad guys can win.
Yeah. And if anyone actually paid full price for this game back in 1994, then the bad guys did win.
Sounds awful lot like an achievement.
It could be.
Do you have any achievements for Last Action Hero? I know that you do.
I do. I have a few. Mine cover both the actual version of the game and the version of the
Soviet
game
version.
that exists if the Soviets had landed on the moon first. My first achievement is Bump and Jump,
Okay, yes.
which is beat the second level where you drive and land on enemy. You ramp over things and then squish the enemy cars. That's how you do it. It's literally how Bump and Jump works, except it was going horizontally instead of vertically.
Can't sue us.
And it wasn't fun. My second achievement is, I know I haven't had a very long life, but as of this moment, the rest of it is going to be downhill. That's not actually an achievement. I just wanted to point out that was a really great line that Danny says after he gets kissed. I laughed really hard at that one. The kid was great. I love the kid's delivery in this movie. So that wasn't really an achievement. I just wanted to say it. Okay, my next, it's actually an achievement, is a Lannister always pays his debts. And to get a Lannister always pays his debts, die to Benedict in the final boss fight. My next achievement is that Veronica Vaughn is one piece of ace.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was one of your achievements. I would have said anything earlier.
It's okay. Win the game as Whitney in the version if the Soviets had landed on the moon.
Sonya.
This game would have been better if you could have played as Whitney. Not much, but better. And then my last achievement is no milk will ever be our milk. And to get no milk will ever be our milk, get to the part in the game when the Soviets landed on the moon where Whitney kisses Danny. And that's it.
Nice.
I've got 3. The first one, the doors, they do nothing. Punch through 4 doors on the first level.
Yeah, that was a good thing. I forgot. Yeah, you can break the doors, and
Just punch
they burst. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up.
Then missile command, reflect the missiles back at the helicopter, beat the
Nice.
helicopter, and then Jesse and the Rippers kill both Rippers.
Nice.
Those are
Ooh,
really
that's a
good.
good one.
I have a couple. First one is just a bit outside. In order to unlock just a bit outside, bait the baseball wielding maniac into swinging at you, then rush in and kick him, and then repeat that 4 times. Because that's what you have to do to kill one of those.
Ugh.
Next achievement is, hiya, Georgie. In order to unlock hiya, Georgie, take down Ripper in his cute little yellow raincoat. Next achievement is B Wolverine button. In order to unlock B Wolverine button, kick a cop's car taillight 20 times in order to gain a healing
Unlock
factor.
regeneration. Yeah, there you go.
And it didn't make the game as fun as I would have hoped it would have.
It's bad when the cheats don't help.
Yeah.
Rent by birthday.
Nothing.
None of the above. Hopefully rent. Hopefully this is a rental and no one bought it or got it for their birthday. Because if it was a buy or a birthday, someone wasted a lot of money.
Yep.
I'd like to take a few minutes, if you don't mind, for
Just
us
sit right
sit
here.
right there, tell you about how there are a bunch of other bad games on the SNES, and we can say if this one is worse or better.
Okay.
Terminator.
worse.
This one's-
Terminator 2, sorry.
This is worse because I could at least progress in Terminator.
I agree with that. I think it's
Is
worse.
same an option?
Same's an option.
Same.
It's about the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate this one as much as I hated that one.
That's Terminator 2 is the one I thought about the most when I was
Yeah.
playing this game because I agree. I think it's right on that same fucking threshold. It does a lot of the same weird shit.
Yes.
Where it's like, now you're driving, top down view. And it's like,
Yeah.
what?
Don't forget to jump and smash the other cars like you do.
Street Hockey 95.
Better than Street Hockey 95.
I agree with that.
I
too.
could at least do something.
Mm-hmm.
I at least tell like I'm what direction I'm punching and what is going on.
Mm-hmm.
and
Shaq Fu's better than this game. I
yeah, oh
think.
God, yes.
Bebe's Kids is better than this
Yes.
game, I think. Wizard of Oz is better than this game.
100%.
I like Wizard of Oz. So yes, I agree with that statement. I'm only chiming in on the ones I know.
Right, yeah. Frantic Flea.
Frantic Flea is better.
I would rather play Frantic Flea, but man, what a
Boy.
fucking shitty dystopian society.
Boy, oh boy.
Space
Those are
football.
your choices. I'd rather play space football. I'd rather play Vortex. I'd rather play race driving.
I think the only game race driving I think it's on par. I can get about as far on the two games. I think this and race driving are tied for my second worst game.
So if we're talking about Street Hockey 95 being the worst
I
so
hate that
far,
game so
I
fucking
still think
much.
it's the worst.
God,
so
that
far
game
it
so
is the
gross.
worst game y'all have ever talked about
Yep.
in 740 episodes. We still got a long way to go.
That is true.
Does Last Action Hero rank as the next worst game after Street Hockey 95?
I think it's tied with race driving for that honor for me for second worst.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. It's down there. It's down there, but I don't know. There have been some other games where it's like
Well, mine it's tied with Terminator for me.
Terminator is also really
it's-
Terminator is like
it's down
bottom
there.
5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's around there.
Yeah.
I think, like we talked about earlier, I think Cliffhanger's a better game, which is fucking weird to say.
Yeah, for sure.
I think Virtual Bart's a better game.
Virtual Bart's a better game. That's also
God.
so
Yeah.
fucking
That
weird to
hurts.
say.
That hurt my soul, but it's because it's true.
I'm learning.
God.
It's bad. It's real bad.
It's real bad. It's a very bad video game, and they should feel bad.
They should feel real bad about this.
I'm wondering the cost, the rarity, and the ranking though.
Do you guys have any guesses?
I can't imagine that even Flopsy is going to give this one too much credit. Even these guys have to know how bad this was. And as cutting edge journalists that they are, need to expose the truth. I'm going to say with
Do you remember what they gave Terminator 2? Because I don't.
I don't remember. I remember it being higher than I
Yeah.
thought it should have
Yeah.
been. And I think if I were Flopsy, I would give this game 1 star. If that is the lowest, if I could give it no stars, but 1 star. I think Flopsy gave it 2 stars. And I'm going to say this is going to be rare.
Okay. 2 stars, rare.
Back up. 2 stars, very uncommon.
2
Not
stars,
rare.
very
Very uncommon
Okay.
for me.
Tyler?
1.5 stars, uncommon.
Man, I want to say 1.5 stars as well. But it's tough because it's like,
I'm only giving it a half because they rank high.
yeah.
So
I think I'm going to go common because I feel like it's Bit Studio. It's
movie game.
Yeah, it's a movie game.
I mean, if they
Sony
had put this,
Microsoft.
if they had put this in cereal boxes, it still wouldn't have been worth it.
I agree with that, but I feel better
Chex
about
Quest
Yeah,
set
I
a
would too.
real high bar for cereal box games.
it. I'll go 2 stars or 2 stars common.
Okay, so
I don't think it deserves 2 stars, but it's Flopsy.
I agree. That's where my 2 stars come from.
So, according to Flopsy, a.k.a. the Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the SNES Library, 1991 through 1998 by Pat Contry, courtesy of Monster Mold Mike, and a shadowy, mysterious benefactor. Now we see if I actually saved the place where Last Action Hero is. Didn't. We're in the K's. We're close. I only gave Lemmings 2.5 stars. Remember that for the future.
All right.
Legend of
Lemmings
Zelda,
1.5.
Last Action Hero. All right, boys.
Oh God, I never like it when you say that.
Right next to Last Action Hero is a game that we probably should consider when we talk about horrible video games for the SNES, The Lawnmower Man.
Yes.
But Last Action Hero, 2.5 stars. Uncommon.
Okay.
What do they have to say about it? What is the redemption they give it for 2.5 stars?
In the reflections here, they say, I get the feeling that Bit Studios was running on an extra tight animation budget. It's honestly difficult to ignore the fact that Jack Slater's always punching with exactly the same arm in exactly the same way. It would have been nice to see a little more variety in our hero's animation. Even just a slight change to the angle of each blow would have been great. I guess I was just expecting more from a game that called itself Last Action Hero. That's not a good explanation of the game.
Why 2.5 stars for that?
Now, granted, there is a whole paragraph above that I'm not going to read, but I feel like in the reflections part,
They need to say
It'd be the summary.
a summary of why we gave it this lower.
Not that he
lower
punches the
score.
same way, like every fucking character does in
I was about to
every
say, what do
fucking
you
Super
want?
Nintendo game.
Yeah.
What the hell?
The punch rocks slightly differently.
I don't know what to say about that. To me, that sounds like somebody who didn't play a fucking game.
Why does Mike Hagar punch the same? Why does he turn the same? If you'll notice, he turns in the same circle every time he turns all the way around. What the fuck? I want to see him Zoolander and go the other way.
In modern video games, they
still
punch
do that.
the same way. They add some variation, but I mean, it's like they're not. Every single punch isn't thrown fucking differently.
That's how video games work.
That is what the fuck. Okay, I love you.
I would have
Flopsy.
liked for-
I love you, Flopsy, but holy shit, bro.
I would have liked for this game to have changed everything we know about video games ever.
What would you change? His punches would look different.
That's what you
what's
would
wrong.
change?
That's the first on the list.
How much do you guys think you'd pay for it if you were to buy it loose?
You said this was common?
Uncommon.
Uncommon. $7.
$7.
I was gonna say $7.50.
$7.50.
Ooh.
Champion. Champion.
Champion.
The price.
That jump champion.
That's that a chuck.
Gotta check. The price of Last Action Hero for the Super Nintendo loose, on average, according to PriceCharting.com, at the time of this recording, is $10.95.
Can I buy it?
I'd pay $10 for it, shipped.
Oh, there you go.
$10 shipped. I'm not gonna look.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go on eBay and look.
That right there is not. That right makes it cost too much. The energy it would take to look for it.
Yeah.
Not paying for that data.
Wait for that one to.
Data chum.
Data chim. Data chum. Data chick.
Out of East.
Data soft. Yeah, wait for that one to present itself to you in the universe.
Yeah, if it presents itself to me and it's under $10, then you betcha. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give this game a beard, sums up how you feel about it. What kind of beard would you give it?
So you're very, very constipated.
How'd you know?
You go to the bathroom, and the minute it takes you forever to work this out. I mean, it is a fucking rock you were squeezing out.
Sounds like you're cracking your knuckles.
Yeah. And you look down and you see it slowly coming out like you're rotating the lipstick out of a tube, just slowly coming out. And then it plunks into the toilet and the water rushes up out from between your legs and hits you in the face and makes a shitty water beard.
Neptune's facial.
Neptune's facial.
That's a good beard for this game. I like that a lot. It was
good one.
It was very visual.
It was a
Yeah,
long,
like that.
it was a long walk to a good payoff, and I really liked it.
I agree. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you would give this game a pair of glasses, sums up how you feel about it. What kind of glasses would it be?
The same one, but it splashes in your eyes and gives you
Right.
pink eye.
That's worse.
Yeah.
That is
Now
worse.
it's contagious.
Well, what are we going to do next week, boys?
RoboCop versus Terminator.
All right.
Okay.
I don't know why. But I think that's the one I want to do.
Okay. Yep.
Mainly because we already decided last week that that's what
We
we were going
did.
to do.
I had second thoughts after playing Last Action Hero because I was like,
Yeah.
I know that RoboCop Terminator also not good, but hey, man.
Yeah.
That's what we do here. We can fucking micro dirty jobs this shit.
So that next week. Yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes, not SoundCloud, not Stitcher, but on Spotify, YouTube, Google Play, all over the goddamn place.
We're everywhere.
Everywhere. We got all sorts of shit going on, but most importantly, we got that Patreon.
We do. We have a Patreon, and if you'd like to donate money to the show, you can do that at patreon.com/tadpog or pisstasters.com.
Taste the piss.
And if you'd like to join the ranks of our executive
Dada chum.
Dada chick.
I'm so glad I didn't just stick with me. Like, it made me so happy that you referenced that because, like, I fucking love it anytime that's in the book. I love it. It's like, oh, that's them. They do that.
You're right.
They
And
fucking
it's
snap off fingers and toes and eat them, but dada chum. It's like the fucking baby dinosaur from Dinosaurs. You gotta love me.
Gotta love me. If you'd like to join the ranks of the executive producers I'm about to read the names of, you can do so by donating $20 or more per month to the show. And I'm going to read that list right now, starting with Plinko, Nick Price, Cubicle Monkey, Cthusiast, Jeff Miners, Joseph Phillips, Gamebug Prime, Nathan Eaton, Matt Gentile, a.k.a. Gentle G, Louisville correspondent, Princess Consuela, Banana Hammock, Flavatrick, Taryn Dahl, congratulations on your marriage, Pinball, Airplane, Archmage, Chris Edler, we're sorry you couldn't be on this episode. Actually, I'm not sorry he couldn't be on this episode because he would. I don't want to subject him to this shitty
You're welcome
game.
for not being on this episode.
He
No.
could have told us about maybe the missiles coming from the helicopter.
Oh, that
What
would have
kind
been
of helicopter
good.
that is?
Yes.
He could, yeah.
All right, so yes, I am sorry you couldn't be on this episode. Sandwich Pope, Phil Hawkins, Drinksmith, Joey Webster, and Derek Pope Sandwich. Thank you so much for all your generous donations.
Yes.
All of you that donate to the show, we are super grateful for that.
Yes.
It means a lot.
Thank
it really
you.
does. And then, as always, thanks to Dane. You know who you are. For being our backlog banisher and putting all of our episodes on YouTube every week. That's a super cool thing for you to do.
Yes,
And,
thank you.
That concludes the business of the day.
Now, Chris, would it actually be more effective if I were to open palm hit the missile as opposed to
Or
punching
just
with
a
a
knuckle
closed
punch.
fist?
And then how about kicking? Does kicking change the
Kicking.
trajectory of the missile too much?
That's a good question.
Would it be better to shoot it right back at the helicopter's body, or would one missile to the rotors be enough to just take it down in one hit?
If only I knew.
God,
Get back to
these
us.
are the burning questions we need answers to, Chris.
Mhm.
So let's get on that, please.
Let's see. Our theme song is Moves by Sycamore Drive. Link to that track found in the show notes at tadpog.com. How you guys want to close it out?
as the lobstrosities.
Yeah, it has to be.
All right. Perfect. So until next time, Tropical?
To chick.
Capricorn.
Capricorn. Capricornatum. TADPOG is hosted and produced by Tyler Holland, Dave Moore, and Ian Chandler, and is available wherever fine podcasts are hosted. Have a question or comment for the hosts? Call us at 270-883-2555 and leave us a voicemail. We'll even play it on the show and respond eventually. Want to send us something? You can do that at TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. Sick of us doing all the talking? You can join in on the conversation by visiting our Discord at bit.ly/TADPOG Discord or tastethepiss.com. Not many things are truly free these days, but our Discord is, and we'd love to see you there. Our theme song is Moves by Sycamore Drive, and a link to that track can be found at the show notes at tadpog.com. Thanks for listening, and if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to our show on your favorite podcasting platform. We'd really appreciate it.
Lightning draft. Thought there wouldn't be one, but here's one. Schwarzenegger movies.
Yeah.
Roll a dice.
Starting with Dave is 1, going all the way around. 4, Dave.
Predator.
True Lies.
Kindergarten Cop.
Total Recall.
Oh my God, why do I always do this? Commando.
T2.
Terminator 1.
Yeah, damn, see. I do that a lot. I blank. I just blank. You said Total Recall. Shit. So much for this being a lightning draft. I'm going to cheat because I can't think. I don't think well under pressure.
No, if you cheat, you'll take what I'm going to say next.
Or what I'm going to say next.
No, it has to get around to me. I know one of you is going to get it. I fucking know for sure one of you is going to say it.
And what you're looking for is Christmas.
Oh, The Running Man. That's what I was trying to think of.
God damn it, I knew it.
I was to say Conan the Barbarian.
Oh, I just watched that the other day.
Jingle All the Way.
Oh, you took my next one.
Cookie down.
These cookies. Expendables.
Twins.
Junior.
They don't have any more.
Okay.
There we go. Honorable mention, Batman and Robin.
Oh,
Stick around.
Stick around. How do you none of you guys get ... I can't believe you didn't get ...
The movie and game you just talked about.
Well, that's true.